How does our focus affect our behavior? And how does manipulation and how does influence work? Well, let's get practical right at the beginning. Each and everybody of you, please take your right foot, it's this one over there, and now please really participate. Take your right foot and turn the foot clockwise from the knee downward. So all the feet are now turning clockwise, all right? And your feet continue to turn while I'm speaking with you. And while your feet are still turning, point with your index finger, with your right index finger into my direction. The feet are still turning. Very well. And now, while your feet are still turning, please draw a huge 6 in the air in front of you. And now have a look at your feet. Isn't that wild? And what we have seen right now is that our body language and our behavior follows our focus. You could also say your energy flows where your attention goes. This is one topic that we are going to deal with, but we also have another one, and also let's get practical again. Everybody of you, do as I say, please, and take your right arm, and also in the back, please, everybody participate. Take your right arm, do as I say, and hold it vertically like this, please. And you see, we all fall for this because vertically would be like this. But we don't do this. We all fall for it because we do what we see. We do not do what we hear, but we do what we see. You could also say here that your focus determines how you behave, and our focus is mostly determined by what we see and not what we hear. So if you want to influence somebody, if you really want to make an impact, you could also say if you want to manipulate somebody, the first thing that you need is their attention. And how do you get the attention of other people? Well, I think I might have something for you. Let me tell you now one of my biggest secrets. And actually, that was the secret. Did you see what happened? If you announce a secret, everybody will listen. So if I say I'm going to share a secret with you, it will be dead silence because everybody wants to know what this huge secret might be. So if you want the attention of somebody, please say that you announce a secret and everybody will listen. And you can use this in an everyday conversation. For example, somebody asks you, what do you do for a living? And you want everybody to hear this. If you want everybody to hear this, it's very easy. All you need to do is say, please come a bit nearer. I don't want everybody to hear this. Everybody will listen because we are interested in secrets. We love secrets. Another thing that you can do, you want that everybody listens to something that everybody else is saying. You can use the same principle behind it. All you need to say is, may I ask you something personal? And everybody will listen because we are hugely interested in personal information of other people. So now you have the attention, then you can work with it. And you need to imagine that I started giving talks and doing things on stage as a magician when I was 13 years old. So that was a long time ago. And my speeches and my performances have always been very interactive. That means I always had people up here on stage and I did some things with these people up on stage. And at the beginning, many, many years ago, it was very, very hard to get people up on stage because you need to know the number one fear of people is standing in front of a crowd and talking to these people. This is our biggest fear. It's number one, which is idiotic, because number two is death. Death is number two. So the great Jerry Seinfeld said, if this is the case, then at a funeral, you'd rather be in the casket than giving the funeral speech. It's idiotic, isn't it? And I didn't know that when I started as a magician many, many years ago, and I tried to get people up on stage, and it was almost impossible. At the beginning, you need to imagine there is a young man standing in front of a crowd, and he says, would you please come up on stage? And the lady, no. All right, maybe that was bad luck. Maybe I tried over here. Would you please come up on stage? No, me neither. These were very long evenings at the beginning until I found something out. If you want somebody to do something, it is extremely handy and you raise your odds immediately in your favor if you not only give one command, but two. So you combine two commands. And I tried that and it worked like a charm. And it looked like this. I didn't only say, would you please come up on stage, but I said, would you please stand up and come up on stage? And all of a sudden, everybody stood up and come up on stage. Although that's idiotic, because in order to come up, you need to stand up, but it doesn't matter. So if you combine two commands, the odds will be very high that both are followed. And you can use this also. For example, would you please come up and stand over here? Or if you're in a relationship, come here and kiss me. Or if you have been very long in that relationship, would you please get out and take the garbage with you? Always two commands. It's always two, all right? And you see this everywhere. If you look around, you will see this principle at work everywhere. For example, on the radio, would you please grab the telephone and give us a call? Well, how else? Or on the internet, please click here and order our newsletter. It's always this principle. So now we have learned so far how to get the attention of other people, how to make them do what you want. Now we learn a third thing, which is extremely handy, because very, very often you ask only a question to be polite, right? How often do you ask a question and you hope that the other person will say no? You do this, right? For example, you are late at the evening, you are at your home and you have guests and you want them to leave because you have to get up very early the next morning. Of course, with what you have learned so far, you could tell your guests, please stand up and go home. Take the garbage with you. But this isn't really elegant, isn't it? So there must be a better way, and there is a better way. And now I'm going to share something extremely handy with you. There is a magic formula that makes the other person most probably say no to your suggestion. And the magic formula goes like this. For example, you have guests late at evening at home, and you are asking, would you like another glass of wine? And you want them to say no. You don't just ask, would you like another glass of wine? No, no, no. There is a much better principle to do this. The first thing is you raise your voice at the end of the sentence. So we all know this. If you raise your voice at the end of a sentence, this sentence is not finished yet, because if we raise our voice at the end of a sentence, we all feel intuitively that there is more to come. Now you know, now he's finished. When we go down with the voice and you use this. So instead of asking, would you like another glass of wine, you will ask, would you like another glass of wine? And now comes the most important part. It's like a magic bullet in words. It's one of the most underestimated words in the human language. And this word is or. And at the end, also with a raised voice, you ask, would you have another glass of wine, or? And then you say nothing. You just keep silent. And this is great, because the other person will feel that this sentence is not finished yet, and this person will finish the sentence in her mind. So it will go like this. Would you like another glass of wine, or? And the other person will think, not. If you're not lucky, that person will think two, but this won't happen very often. So she will think, not. And think about it. Thinking the word not, or thinking the word no, and saying yes is something that we do not like at all, right? It's stress. So most probably, it will go like this. Would you like another glass of wine, or? Oh no, I was just about to leave. She stands up and goes home. It will work like this. And you can also use this in many, many situations. For example, the last piece of cake, you want to have it. And you just ask, would you mind if I eat this, or? Oh no, you can have it. Or at the evening, you want to do something, and you ask your partner, would you like to stay at home, or? Oh no, we can go at the movies, or see a TED Talk. Or then, maybe later, at the movies, after the movies, or maybe this evening after this TED Talk, you're in bed with your partner, and you approach your partner, and you say, would you like to sleep, or? This was the best tip that you were giving the whole day, and you will try this, and you will think of me. That was me. But it will work. Try it, and you will see it will work. And now, let's get down to business. Let's get down to brass tacks, and let's see how influence and connecting with other people will work in the real world. And for this, there is a moment that I love every evening, because in about 1 minute, one person of you will stand right here next to me, and we will read the behavior of this person right into the last detail. And I love this because after I have announced this, it's always the same thing that happens. Each of you is thinking, all right, there are about 200 people in this room. What are the odds that this person will be me? Especially in the front row. They are high. And I think that this person, the gentleman in the third row over here, who is just looking into at his girlfriend, right? Would you please raise your hand? Yeah, perfect, exactly. Would you like to remain in your seat or just stand up and come here up on stage? We'll get a huge hand from everybody around. Please make this quick. Quick, we don't have that much time. You come over there. Give him a huge hand while he's coming. It's very hard to come up here, so come and approach me. And hi, my name is Thorsten.
Hi.
What's your first name?
Alfred.
Alfred. All right, Alfred. Just a bit more like this. Alfred, before we begin, we haven't prearranged anything, right? There is nothing prearranged. I have never spoken to you before this moment right here on stage. Perfect. Alfred, I will try to influence you, and there is also something very, very good for you, because you have the opportunity to win 10 euro. It's a lot of money for the people in the back. And I have a psychological advantage if this money is already in your pocket. So please take it and put it in your pocket. It's true. So if you win now, Alfred, you will return to your seat with more money than you came up here on stage. You will spend a great evening here. All you need to do is take the right decision, all right? And the right decision will be, out of these 4 envelopes, Alfred, this one over here. I will try to make you not pick this one over here, because in this envelope here, there is a card of mine with a picture of me in it. You see that? And let's just say this is the Joker, okay? So if you take this envelope with these cards, you will keep the 10 euro, it's promised. If you take one of the other 3 envelopes, you will get what's inside of them, but these are consolation prizes. They are not worth 10 euro. This is the only one that's worth 10 euro. So now, of course, you know where this envelope is, so I will shuffle them, I will give them a nice mix. And of course, Alfred, I will try to influence you in a very, very subtle way. Right. I love this. There are 2 options now, right? The first option is Alfred thinks that I think, all right, he puts them up. Oh, there one. He thinks, all right, he put them up, so he wants me to take this one. I'm not stupid, I will take one of the other 3. That's the first option. The second option is Alfred thinks that I'm thinking that he thinks, all right, he put that one up, so he wants me to take this one, so I will take one of the other 3. This is called embedded realities. You can drive people crazy with this, okay? And before we begin now, Alfred, one last tip from me. The 2 outer envelopes are almost never taken. It's just... Alfred, one last thing. Are you right or left-handed?
Right-handed.
You're right-handed, all right. And what is your favorite hobby?
Volleyball.
Volleyball. Really? Really? Volleyball. And now, go over these 4 envelopes with your left hand and pull one out. Just pull one out, just very quick. Don't think too long about it. Just pull one out and open this one. Oh, wait. Before you open this one, I even give you the opportunity to change if you want. Twice. I'll ask you twice if you want to change. Would you like to change with this one? No. Okay, that was the first one. Second one. Alfred, would you like to change with this one? No. All right. So open the envelope and show everybody what's in it. And if he had taken the envelope with a card of mine in it, he would have won the 10 euro. In this case, show everybody, it's... Oh, really? May I have a look at the... Let's see. All right, paying money lost in a game is a matter of honor. Alfred, thank you very much. You've been wonderful. You did great. Give him a huge hand. You can leave. Thank you. It was great. Thanks. You did very well. Yeah, All right, I know what you are thinking right now. I'm a mind reader, so I know what most people of you are thinking right now. Who of you is thinking, all right, there is such a card in each envelope? If you're thinking this, please raise your hand. Yeah, I knew that. And who of you is thinking, there are really consolation prizes in these envelopes over there? Please raise your hand now. And now, please, everybody, raise your hand if you would never raise your hand, no matter what I'm asking. Just raise your hand now. Yeah, I knew that. All right, I'll take my medicine. So let's just imagine that Alfred hadn't taken this envelope over here, but this one over there. In this case, I promise, he wouldn't have won 10 euro. In this case, he would have won 100 euro. Or if he had taken this one over here, he wouldn't have 10 euro or 20 or 100. In this case, he would have won 200 euro. And if he had taken the last envelope, he would have won 500 euro, Alfred. But don't worry, you know, lucky at cards, unlucky in love. And with this, I thank you very much. Thanks for the invitation. You've been a wonderful audience. See you again. Goodbye.